clock stopped ticking at the stroke of noon. I'm howling at the daylight, chasing the moon. There's a solar eclipse inside of my chest, a heavy dark star that won't let me rest. The light you see is not in the outer sky. Stop looking for the truth with a blinded eye. Even in the darkness, the vision is clear. A warrior of light has nothing to fear. Gravity is pulling the shadows along, but we find our rhythm in a funeral song. Black sun shining in the deep, secrets of the ages that we have to keep. A paradoxical glow, a beautiful gloom, burning like a candle in a velvet room. Behold the mystery of the midnight spark. The greatest revelations happen in the dark. Burn away the dross, let the mercury fall. Answer to the spirit when the ancestors call. My heart is a furnace of unsaid prayers, climbing up the smoke on the invisible stairs. I'm dancing with the ghost of a love I once knew, underneath the rays of a darkened hue. Gravity is pulling the shadows along, but we find our rhythm in a funeral song. Black sun shining in the deep, secrets of the ages that we have to keep. A paradoxical glow, a beautiful gloom, burning like a candle in a velvet room. To be seen, some things exist in the spaces between the exhale and the first breath of life, between the peace and the edge of the night. Eclipse the ego, behold the indigo. Darkness is a teacher, silence is the preacher. Black sun shining in the deep, secrets of the ages that we have to keep. A paradoxical glow, a beautiful gloom, burning like a candle in a velvet room. Shine on, black on the linoleum. The heater's gone cold, counting the stories that the prophets never told. I've got a pocket full of lint and a heart full of soot, looking for the branch, but I'm tripping on the root. The incense is rising from the trash can fire, higher and higher than the cathedral spire. Jah doesn't look at the velvet or the lace. He's looking for the truth on a hungry man's face. A whisper in the chaos, a cry in the night, reaching for the hem of the garment of light. Ghetto prayer floating on the wind, forgiving every debt and every hidden sin. From the project house to the dusty road, lifting up the spirit and the heavy load. They build up the walls to keep the people apart, but they can't put a ceiling on a devoted heart. The stone that the builder refused in his pride is the same holy mountain where the humble reside. My hallelujah's shaky and my faith is a blur, walking through the static and the city's hollow purr. But the rhythm is a sermon and the bass is a creed, providing every answer that a lonely soul could need. A whisper in the chaos, a cry in the night, reaching for the hem of the garment of light. Ghetto prayer floating on the wind, forgiving every day and every hidden sin. From the project halls to the dusty road, lifting up the spirit and the heavy load. crying on the dance floor, staring at my shoes, blending all my heartache with the rhythm and the blues. Every beat is heavy, like a stone inside my chest. I'm looking for a place where a weary girl can rest.
Dry your eyes, my darling, don't you let them spill. The universe is moving,
It's never standing still.
music is a vessel, let it carry you away. Oh, across the silver water
Of the Montego Bay, the bass is like a heartbeat, steady and so true, wiping away the sadness and the lonely hue. Rhythm tears, falling in the groove. Everything is changing, everything must move. Salt water melodies, sweet and slightly sour, finding all the beauty in our darkest hour.
I'll play a lethal skank now to lift up your vibration. A sonic healing session for the entire nation. Love is not a prison, love is not a snare. Cast away your worries and your heavy load of care.
I try to find the tempo, I try to catch the swing, but I've forgotten how it feels to have a silver wing. The snare drum is a hammer, the lyrics are a knife, cutting through the static of my complicated life.
The bass is like a heartbeat,
Steady and so true,
wiping away the sadness
and the lonely hue. Rhythm taps, falling in the groove. Everything is changing, everything must move. Salt water melodies, sweet and slightly sour, finding all the beauty in our darkest hour.
Dance until the sorrow turns into a drop of dew. Dance until the spirit feels
Shiny and brand new,
no more lamentation, no more bitter cries.
just the reflection of the music in your eyes. Rhythm, let them fall. Rhythm, heal them all. Rhythm taps, falling in the groove. Everything is changing, everything must move. Soft water melodies, sweet and slightly sour, finding all the beauty in our darkest hour. Keep on moving, let the tears dry. Under the moonlight, under the Caribbean sky. in a worn-out leather bag, watching my ambition start to droop and sag. Goodbye to the neon, goodbye to the cold. I'm trading in my silver for a different kind of gold.
Welcome to the shelter of the emerald leaves, far away from tricksters and the city thieves. The banishment is over, the journey is done. Come and warm your spirit in the Caribbean sun.
No more phone calls, no more digital noise. Rediscovering our balance and our quiet joys. Sweet exile, a beautiful escape, leaving behind the shadows and the heavy red tape. A voluntary prison of sand and of sea. In this sweet exile, we are finally free.
Let the world keep spinning on its axis of greed. We've got everything that a hungry heart could need. Plant a little garden, watch the mangoes grow, learning all the secrets that the elders used to know.
I was a fugitive from my own restless mind, searching for a treasure that I could never find. But here in the silence, the fever starts to break. This is the smartest decision I could ever make.
No more phone calls,
No more digital noise. Rediscovering our balance and our quiet joys. Sweet exile, a beautiful escape, oh, leaving behind the shadows and the heavy red tape. A voluntary prison of sand and of sea. In this sweet exile, we are finally free.
Is it a hideout or is it a home? No more reason for the spirit to roam. They call it a desertion, we call it a fine.
Leaving the wreckage of the empire behind. Quiet, sweet soul, sweet exile,
A beautiful escape,
leaving behind the shadows and the heavy red tape. A voluntary prison of sand and of sea. In this sweet exile, we are finally free. Don't send a letter, don't call my name. I found a better kind of game. got scratches on my fingers and perfume in my hair, chasing a fragrance through the midnight air. I wasn't grown in a greenhouse or a shop. I'm the kind of flower that they can't ever stop.
A blossom in the wasteland, a beauty in the weeds, sprouting from the smallest of the forgotten seeds. You don't need a gardener to tell you how to bloom. You fill up the world with your natural costume. The petals are soft, but the stems are so tough,
finding a diamond in the jagged and rough. Wild roses growing through the fence, defying all the logic and the common sense. Uncontrolled beauty, unvarnished and real, the kind of devotion that you actually feel.
The concrete tried to choke you, the winter tried to bite, but you kept on reaching for the morning light.
Every thorn is a lesson, every leaf is a song. This is the garden where we truly belong. I've been trampled and broken, I've been cast aside, with nowhere to go and with nowhere to hide. But you saw the color when the world saw the gray. You promised to stay when the rest walked away. The petals are soft, but the stems are so tough, finding a diamond in the jagged and rough. Wild roses growing through the fence, defying all the logic and the common sense. Uncontrolled beauty, unvarnished and real, the kind of devotion that you actually feel. The soul will tangle our branches, we'll weave our own nest. In the wildwood of love we will find our rest. Wild thorns, no wild stems. Wild roses growing through the fence, defying all the logic and the common sense. Uncontrolled beauty, unvarnished and real, the kind of devotion that you actually feel. Blooming in the wild, blooming in the wild, nature's favorite child. Sweet, sweet scent, heavenly scent. Searching for a miracle in a subway station, losing my religion to a hollow nation. Concrete angels with their graffiti wings, listening to the song that the lonely city sings. The skyscrapers are temples built of glass and steel, but they can't tell you how to truly heal. Look into the alley, look into the park. The ancient light is glowing even in the dark. Walking through the static, wading through the noise, finding our balance, finding our poise. Urban mystic, seeing through the smoke, wearing the truth like a heavy winter cloak. Magic in the gutter, wisdom in the grind, standing tall against the ticking of the time. You don't need a mountain to find your inner peace. You don't need a desert for the suffering to cease. The spirit is a wanderer, the soul is a flame. The cement and the meadows are essentially the same. Whenever sirens call, it's a strange kind of worship, a gritty kind of grace. Finding the infinite in this crowded place. Walking through the static, wading through the noise, finding our balance, finding our poise. Urban mystic, seeing through the smoke, wearing the truth like a heavy winter cloak. Magic in the gutter, Take off the mask and the heavy perfume. Let the authenticity finally bloom. I'm tired of the filters and the digital skin. I want to go back to where it all did begin.
Man was made from the breath and the clay. Don't let the machinery take that away. The rhythm of the seas and the pull of the moon is the only melody that's ever in tune.
Stripped to the essence, bare to the bone, the greatest wisdom that we've ever known. Natural spirit, wild and untamed, a fire of the soul that can never be named. Pure as the water and deep as the cave, riding the crest of the biological wave.
Can't capture the vibration of life. The ego is nothing but a sharp, rusty knife. Relax your shoulders and open your hands and listen to the language of the ancient lands.
I feel the electricity in the grass and the trees. I'm finding my frequency with the greatest of ease. No more synthetic, no more artificial. The feeling of being is so beneficial.
Stripped to the essence, bare to the bone,
the greatest wisdom that we've ever known. Natural spirit, wild and untamed, the fire of the soul that can never be named. Pure as the water and deep as the cave, riding the crest of the biological wave.
Design, the human in the infinite, perfectly aligned. Not a product for sale, not a brand on a shelf, just the beautiful truth of your own inner self.
Natural. Can you feel it? Natural. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Natural spirit, wild and untamed, the fire of the soul that can never be named. Pure as the water and deep as the cave, riding the crest of the biological wave. Simply being, deeply seeing, natural, original. Lamps are flickering like dying yellow stars. I'm leaning on the counter of 1,000 different bars. The pavement is freezing, my coat is way too thin. I'm looking for a doorway to let the magic in.
The moonlight is a spotlight on the rebel in the street. I can
your tired feet.
Don't watch the clock, man.
The time is just a ghost. We're sailing on a vessel away from the coast. The shadow is our garden, the darkness is our cloak, disappearing slowly in a cloud of purple smoke. Midnight skank, moving in the haze, losing ourselves in a rhythmic maze. Step to the left and we glide to the right, owning the secrets of the velvet night.
Sleeping, but the prophet is awake. How much of the pressure can a human spirit take? Move your body fluid like a river to the sea. This is how the prisoner discovers how to be free.
My head is spinning in circles, I'm dancing on the edge. I'm ready to jump off of this lonely window ledge, but the baseline grabs my ankles, pulls me back to earth, giving every heartbeat a brand new sense of worth. The shadow is our garden, the darkness is our cloak, disappearing slowly in a cloud of purple smoke. Midnight skank, moving in the haze, losing ourselves in a rhythmic maze. Step to the left and we glide to the right, owning the secrets of the velvet night.
Forget the morning,
It's a million miles away. We don't need the sunshine, we don't need the day. Just the heartbeat, just the pulse, just the low end sound, twisting and turning until we're heaven bound. Skank in the dark, skank, find the spark. Left foot, right foot, deep roots. Midnight skank, moving in the haze, losing ourselves in a rhythmic maze. Step to the left and we glide to the right, owning the secrets of the velvet night. Into the midnight, keep on skanking. The bass is heavy, the soul is banking. poison in the soil, a tang upon my tongue, echoes of the wicked songs that I have always sung.
The tree that is tall must have a foundation deep, while the city of the greedy is falling fast asleep. You're digging in the dirt, looking for a silver coin, but the strength is in the spirit where the ancestors join.
The sap is rising like a fever in the vein, trying to find the nectar inside of all this pain. Bitter roots stretching through the clay, holding on for mercy at the end of the day. Ancient struggle buried out of sight, turning all the darkness into morning light.
Don't neglect the origin, don't forget the source. A river never prospers if it strays from its course. The ancestors are watching from the mountaintop, the cycle of the justice no man can ever stop.
I got a suitcase full of habits I can't shake, counting every promise that I knew I'd have to break. You talk about the spirit, I talk about the thirst. In this garden of Eden, I'm the one who's cursed. The sap is rising like a fever in the vein, trying to find the nectar inside of all this pain. Bitter roots stretching through the clay, holding on for mercy at the end of the day. Ancient struggle buried out of sight, turning all the darkness into morning light. Dig a little deeper past the vanity and pride. There's a silent witness living deep inside. Extract the medicine from the wooden heart. This is where the healing is about to start. Bitter but strong, roots where we belong, deep in the earth, waiting for rebirth. Bitter roots stretching through the clay, holding on for mercy at the end of the day. Ancient struggle buried out of sight, turning all the darkness into morning light. The earth remembers the flavor of the struggle. Hold firm, my sister. Stand tall, my brother. Stiletto heels clicking on the gray pavement slab, chasing after dreams in a yellow taxi cab. The city's got a grip like a cold iron fist, but there's a sweet electric feeling I can't resist.
Build your foundation on something that lasts, not on the illusions or the ghosts of the past.
mercury is rising in the sidewalk cracks. No more turning round or looking at the tracks. Concrete love, solid as a rock, staying perfectly steady through the earthquake shock. Hard as the granite, but tender to the touch, giving everything and never asking for much.
They say that the flowers cannot grow in the grit, but look at the way that the horizon is lit. A rebel and a lover with a message to send, a loyalty that the winter will never bend.
I'm a neon sign in a world of monotone. 1,000 people around me, but I'm always alone. Until the rhythm hits me like a freight train of fire, setting every nerve and every muscle on the wire. The mercury is rising in the sidewalk cracks. No more turning round or looking at the tracks. Concrete love, solid as a rock, staying perfectly steady through the earthquake shock. Hard as the granite, but tender to the touch, giving everything and never asking for much. Metropolitan post, the sound of our hearts thumping under our feet. From the rooftop party to the subway floor, we're knocking on the future's heavy